This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. We begin with the latest on the war in Ukraine. One of the first cities targeted by the airstrikes was Kharkiv, Ukraine. The eastern Ukrainian village is located just 20 miles from the Russian border. Reporter Holly Williams met some of the innocent victims of this deadly attack.
A Russian fighter jet over Kharkiv, according to a Ukrainian official. Russia claims it isn't targeting civilians, but in the town of Chuhuiv, Ukrainian officials say the Russians bombed this apartment building, killing at least one and injuring 15 residents. I never thought this would happen on our land, said Olena Kurillo, a local teacher. The outskirts of Kharkiv have been pummeled by shelling, ruining homes and shattering lives. And the Russians are also taking losses. After months of stoical calm in the face of a possible invasion, in Kharkiv there's now panic buying in supermarkets, a rush to donate blood, and a search for shelter from Russian missiles and airstrikes.
It's really terrible. I got up at 5 o'clock and I listen a lot of bomb.
Look at this. Andriy Ostapenko showed us where he and hundreds of others will likely sleep tonight, the city's subway. With the trains halted, people are camped out with their children and their pets. Marina Omelyanenko works in IT and is here with her mother. They heard it was too dangerous to flee the city by road.
It will be scary to stay at home at night. It will be dark.
Many civilians in Ukraine are trapped in the firing line with nowhere to run.
Now to an interesting perspective on the war in Ukraine. Retired Major General Michael Dunleavy specialized in military intelligence during his Army career, and he is not surprised by what's transpiring in Ukraine this week. Our USVI News' Mike Ruzzi had a chance to visit with him, and Major General Dunleavy expressed his concerns for local and all Ukrainian families and their relatives. He also condemned Russian President Vladimir Putin for a predictable attack, and he saw some disturbing signs earlier in the week.
When I heard what Monday's interview with Putin, or not interview, but his dog and pony show, I'd call it, I said people need to watch that and watch his body language, his hand movements, because he was getting very upset with some of his people, and he literally told the one guy to be quiet and sit down, and he was making fists with his hand. And I said to somebody who was in the room with him, I said, this guy, it's a done deal. They're going. It's just a matter of what day they're picking. And today, he explained without reservation why they practiced their nuclear test a week ago. Well, that's to say to us, and he said it, if anybody tries to attack us in any way, they will suffer unbelievable and unimaginable hardness. Well, I think his ego has gotten ahead of who he really is and what Russia really is. I see futile attempts to negotiate. I see the Russians as continuing going forward and going as far as Kiev and maybe Lviv.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine could have a painful ripple effect around the world in the form of a potentially severe economic impact. Here in the U.S., the stock market tumbled, and analysts predict price spikes from your heating bills, your air conditioning bills, to the food you buy at grocery stores. Elise Preston tells us how we'll all be affected.
Americans woke to the sight of war in Europe as Russia launched its invasion of Ukraine, and the shockwaves may be on their way here to the pump, where drivers are already facing the highest prices in years.
Are you concerned that it's going to keep getting worse?
Yeah, it probably will. I wouldn't be surprised if it does.
Russia supplies 10% of the world's oil, and the prospect of disruptions has driven the price over $100 a barrel for the first time since 2014. It's pushing gas prices up past $6 a gallon in Los Angeles County, with the national average already at $3.54 a gallon.
I was shocked to see the prices.
Beyond the pain at the pump, higher gas prices can have a significant impact on the broader economy, translating to less travel, less eating out, and less shopping.
With inflation already at the highest level in decades, the crisis could affect everything from automakers to grocery stores.
We also could see agricultural prices for wheat and corn because Russia and Ukraine are big exporters. And finally, we could see metal prices when we look at iron ore, we look at palladium used in those chips that we need in cars.
The White House is watching, but says larger issues are at stake.
Standing up for our values is not without cost. What we're trying to do is minimize that cost.
Rattled stock investors took a roller coaster ride. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 800 points at the open before rebounding on the upside, as traders contemplate what could be Europe's biggest land war since World War II.
In other news today, positive cases of COVID-19 remain steady throughout the territory for yet another day. According to the latest numbers from the Virgin Islands Department of Health, there are currently 108 active cases territory-wide, with 73 COVID cases on St. Croix, 31 on St. Thomas, and 4 on St. John. Every year, the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety reveals its top safety winners. Dina Dimitris tells us who made the grade.
From small SUVs to large pickup trucks, today's vehicles are better at protecting drivers and passengers. This year, 101 models earned a Top Safety Pick or Top Safety Pick Plus award from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, 11 more than last year. The Hyundai Motor Group, which includes Kia and Genesis, leads the way with 21 awards. The Volkswagen Group also owns Audi and earned 11. Volvo was given 10 of the top awards.
Cars continue to improve both in terms of how well they protect the occupant if you get involved in a crash, and the increasing amount of technology to help prevent a collision to begin with.
IIHS President David Harkey says automakers are also receiving high marks for better headlights.
So it has to provide really good visibility for the driver and keep the glare reduced for the oncoming driver.
But car companies will have to try harder to earn an award next year. The IIHS is going to adopt tougher standards, including a new side impact test,
which is going to be a much tougher test, run at a higher speed and with a heavier barrier.
And pedestrian crash prevention systems will also undergo tests at night.
A lot of pedestrian fatalities occur at night, and so it's really important that these systems that are designed to prevent pedestrian collisions work well at night.
Harkey believes tougher tests will lead to improved safety features that can save lives.
Well, it is a big weekend celebration of Caribbean culture and carnival. In Miami, the parties are underway for Miami Soca weekend. It'll be jam-packed with almost 1,000 people celebrating soca music, Caribbean countries, and also Juve. Our USVI News, Ali Bourne-Vanek is there.
Hey Emily, I'm here in Miami for Miami Soca Weekend. This weekend is packed with so many incredible events. The hottest DJs and soca artists from all around will be right here. This here is where Soca City is kicking off on Friday night. This is going to be an incredible event with almost 1,000 people. We are going to be jumping up, just having a fantastic time. Then we'll have Paintopia Juve on Saturday, a Flag Frenzy party, and so many more events. These events are happening as Trinidad is also having their carnival events. So there is just so much celebration of the Caribbean region. I can't wait. I will have a full recap next week. In Miami, Ali Bourne-Vanek, USVI News.
Looks like she's going to have a great time. Looking forward to that report, Ali. Have fun.